Hey everybody, welcome. Today we're looking at this guy right here. One of the new entries from JAG Arms line of Hi Capas. And this one right here is the JAG Arms GMX-1 Hi Capa. You know, they say beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and we've heard a lot of mixed reports about this particular gun. Everything from beautiful to flat fugly. I happen to think it looks pretty darn awesome, but can it perform? That's what we're going to find out today, so stay tuned. Welcome to the channel, everybody. If this is your first time here and you're into gear guides and gun reviews and gameplay and all sorts of other cool airsoft stuff, join us now by hitting that subscribe button and that notification bell so that you don't miss anything. Today we're looking at the JAG Arms GMX-1 Hi Capa, and this bad boy is provided to us for review by Fox Airsoft, where you can pick it up for $110. And this is part of JAG Arms' new Hi Capa line, which consists of the GMX-1, which is a 5.1 Hi Capa that comes in bronze and black like we're looking at here, but also comes in tan and black as well as black and gold. And then there's the GMX-2, another 5.1 Hi Capa with a slightly different barrel profile, and then a couple of different variations of their GM4, which is a 4.3 Hi Capa. Now there's plenty to talk about on this guy, but before we do, let's see what's in the box.
What's in the box?
All right, guys, today we're gonna have a look inside this box right here. This is the JAG Arms GMX-1 Hi Capa gas blowback, sent to us for review by Fox Airsoft. Let's have a look. All right, inside the box, we have got the gun on jamming rod, and we've got a 90 round speed loader. There's actually no manual in here, so I'm guessing this might have been a display item or maybe a demo item that they send out. Either way, let's have a look at the gun. Wow, that is pretty sweet. This is the bronze version. So you've got this really super aggressive lightning cut. Almost the entire 2/3 of the slide is cut out on the top, so you can see straight through to that spiral fluted bronze barrel. That looks pretty awesome. Adjustable rear sight, fiber optic front sight. This sight is removable, so you can put custom sights on this if you want to. Full metal, double stacking green gas magazine. So this will actually hold 31 rounds. The only thing plastic on here is the pistol grip covers and then this beaver tail safety. Everything else is metal. Got your cool JAG Arms logo there. All right, let's have a look at the adjustable hop up. We'll just pull the slide back to this first section here. Pull that pin out, and then the slide will just come right off. Then on the underside of the slide, you've got a dial type adjustable hop up right there. You can see once you get dialed in, just thread that sucker back on there. Put your pin back in, and you're good to go. Oh, and by the way, we had it wrong about the gun not coming with a manual. If you were curious about this QR code on the underside of the barrel like we were, you'll find that when you scan this QR code, it actually takes you to the JAG Arms manuals. So the gun doesn't come with a paper manual because on the gun is the manual. All right, guys, well, let's go talk about this gun. All right, guys, let's dig into it. This is a true 5.1 Hi Capa replica. That means it is fully upgradable. It's compatible with WE, AW Customs, Tokyo Marui, and any other aftermarket brands out there. It is a full frame gas blowback pistol that comes in weighing at just 2 pounds, 4 ounces. It's got a metal slide, a metal barrel, a metal frame, a metal mag well, and then on the slide up here, you see you've got this massive lightning cut that takes practically 2/3 of the entire slide and reveals that gorgeous bronze spiral fluted barrel beneath. You've got a fiber optic front sight, an adjustable rear sight, and this rear sight can be removed so that you can put any aftermarket sight on here that you want. It's got a left and right ambidextrous thumb safety and a working palm safety on the back of the pistol grip. And then on the underneath here, you've got an integrated 4-slot tactical Picatinny rail so you can mount your laser sights or flashlights or whatever accessory you want to mount right there. This cool polymer grip, which is pretty much the only thing on the gun that's not metal, has got a custom pattern on it meant to mimic real-world competition pistols. And of course, you've got that signature flared mag well for quick reloads. Speaking of that magazine, it is a metal green gas magazine, which is a double stacking magazine that holds 31 rounds. And the bottom valve on this guy is already threaded and ready to take an HPA tap. It's got an adjustable hop up, which you get to in the traditional manner. You just pull the slide back so that you can remove the retaining pin, then let that slide come forward and all the way off. Then you've got an adjustable dial underneath that slide that you can turn that wheel with your finger to adjust your hop up. Then of course you just rethread that slide back on there, put back in your retaining pin, and you're good to go. Now this gun advertises that it shoots 300 feet per second with 0.2 gram BBs. So let's go see how it performs right now. The gun settled in between 280 and 290 feet per second with 0.2 gram BBs, so not quite the 300 feet per second advertised, but still pretty close. The hop-up's pretty strong, fully dialed on. It's pushing 0.2 up quite a bit. So this gun will definitely handle heavier BBs. Accuracy is pretty good. You could barely feel the movement of the slide. I'd say all in all, it's just really, really fun to shoot. All right, guys, so there you go. Not quite the 300 feet per second that it advertised. It's coming in at about 280 to 285, but pretty darn close. You know, we had the opportunity to do a review recently of the Terran Tactical Innovations John Wick 3 Combat Master 2011, and which is a very good gun, by the way. And it was very reminiscent of that. The way that it fires, the way that it feels in your hands, it was extremely similar. Cycle's really smooth. That huge lightning cut makes that upper slide super light, barely any kick at all. You're not gonna have any problem getting back on target, and it's got fantastic trigger response. And at just $110, this is a great gun for anybody who's wanting to get into HPAs to see how they really like them without having to spend the big bucks. But the gun's still a true 5.1 Hi Capa. It's fully upgradable. It's already ready to be HPA tapped, and it's just an all-around great gun if you're looking to run a Hi Capa as your primary. But now there are two things that I will note for any potential buyers out there. One was that the hop-up straight out of the box seems to be a little bit loose. When we dialed it all the way on, it stayed on and it shot perfectly fine, and the hop-up was great. The hop-up's very powerful. But when we tried to dial it down a little bit and have it in that intermediate range, we found that after about a half a dozen shots, the BBs started to fall again, and when I took that slide off, the hop-up had slipped back down to completely off. So I'm sure if you buy this gun, that's something that you could probably tighten up pretty easily. The second thing that we noticed was that this double stacking magazine does not handle bubbles in it very well. And what I mean by that is when you're loading a double stacking magazine, sometimes it doesn't fully double stack and you have some gaps in there. And this gun, for whatever reason, does not handle those gaps very well. It will simply stop firing when it hits one of those gaps, and then you got to really hard recycle it to get it past that gap and get firing again. But knowing this, it's easily avoidable. Just make sure when you're loading the magazines for this gun that you're shaking them really good and making sure that there's no gaps and it's fully double stacked all the way. All right, guys, so that covers pretty much everything that we could talk about on this gun, but you tell us what you think about this JAG Arms GMX-1 Hi Capa in the comments below. And hey, if you like what we're doing here and you want to help the channel out, like, comment, share, all of the good stuff, because it really does help us feed that algorithm. And hey, if you haven't already, join us on our airsoft journey by hitting that subscribe button and that notification bell so that you don't miss a single video that comes out every Tuesday with bonus videos on Fridays. And until then, we'll see you next time. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you're a little bit OCD or a little bit ADD like I am and you got to play with those fidget spinners or the fidget cubes or, you know, got to constantly be clicking buttons, well, hey, we got all these buttons here for you. You can click on these videos, you can click on that subscription button right there, that notification bell. I mean, look at all these buttons we've got for you. So you can click on all these and you'll finally be happy. I mean, we're here for you. I mean, we're like this.